What's up, you guys? Welcome back to From the Shelves. I'm Jamie, and today we're rounding out Series 17 with the Youngblood Predator from NECA. Now it comes in this nice blister card packaging we're all used to seeing from NECA by now. And to be completely honest with you, this was the guy I was least looking forward to in Series 17. Not to say that he's a bad figure, but I probably could have done without him over the others. But I got him, and to me, this looks like pretty much reuses yet again. He's got this scar mask on, the temple guard armor, or the rest of the AVP armor, all throughout him. There's really nothing new. He's got two wrist gauntlets with blades in them, which is nice. He's actually got a xenomorph head that sits atop of his combi stick, and his paint looks like it has an aluminum finish to it this time. But like I said, it's all reused parts. There's nothing really new to this guy. But once he's out of the package, it could change my mind. So let's get him open and check him out. NECA's Youngblood Predator from Series 17. Now, like I said in the intro, this guy is pretty much reuses from head to toe. I was saying he's probably the one I could have done without, and my opinion might change once I got him open and kind of played around with him a little bit to see how he was, and my opinion definitely didn't change. He still is a great figure if you happen to miss some of the AVP line. He's a great option for you, but anyone who has most of the AVP line or is looking for something new and different, this probably isn't your guy. But, as always, we will start with the Sculpt first. So you can see up on the top, this is our Scar mask. We get the Scar Predator mask, very basic. We get that kind of visor. The visor is a little more, I guess, visible because of the type of paint they used in there, but nothing new. The same Charisses and Reges. It's reminiscent kind of the Jungle Hunter, I guess. We don't even get the blooded insignia on here yet. This is the traditional, the original Xenomorph killer, I think it says in his bio. He was the first one to kill a Xenomorph ever. I don't know where he was actually at in the AVP movie. If you guys know, let me know in the comments. But anyways, I'm getting ahead of myself. Coming over here, we get just more and more reuses. We don't even get his full armor set. We only get half of it over here. We get that flexible shoulder pad we're all used to seeing from this line. It doesn't really hinder any movement. We get that solid hard plastic torso cover. We get some more reused skull trophies over here. We do get two bladed gauntlets this time right here, but same thing we've seen in previous ones. They kind of just duplicated them and threw them on both arm. These are the only blades we actually get. The ones on my left are very loose, so be careful. You guys might have the same problem. Oh, there it goes right there. And coming into down to his waist, we get that crotch cover. It's very nice soft plastic. NECA does a great job on the armor on these pieces. We get that back chainmail as well, but stuff we've seen 100 times. These same leg gauntlets, and we don't even get the boot covers or the spikes that go over the tails right here. Nothing crazy. If you have a Scar Predator, you are initially just getting a Scar Predator again without half the armor and with a bladed gauntlet instead of a wrist computer this time. So that's about it for the Sculpt. And coming in for paint. Kind of another letdown. We get just a, pretty much for his armor, a silver or aluminum tone through his whole entire body. And they didn't really even add any dry brushing or a wash to any of that. It's just a very plain, basic silver tone. As you can see through all this, there's nothing special about it. It seems to me, I hate to say it, but NECA kind of just threw this guy together to round out the series. They knew they needed one more because Serpent Hunter was fantastic and Elder was pretty damn good. They needed something just to fill the gap, and they just threw a bunch of reused parts together and slapped an ugly coat of paint on them. But just like I said, just a silver or aluminum look through this whole thing. We get almost a different kind of chrome for his blades, but no dry brushing or washes anywhere. We get kind of that baby blue metallic look for his eyes, which is nice, I guess. Down in here, we get kind of a copper tone and some black on that dagger with that more chrome look to the dagger itself. Now up in here, they didn't even bother trying to repaint any of this. This is just the gun from the Scar, or I couldn't even tell you actually what Predator it's from, but they just literally took it out of the box and just threw it back on here. The paint doesn't even really match the rest of this. And then your body is the very generic AVP body we have seen in almost every other part of this line. And coming in for Articulation, he is what we've gone over almost everything in this series so far. We get a nice head ball right here, ball joint at the neck and head. For rotation, we get a torso crunch and swivel. We get some movement in his torso or his waist as well. We get a nice ball joint. Like I said, the shoulder pads don't really hinder any movement, so we get full range up in there. Bicep swivel, double jointed elbows, a single peg, or I'm sorry, a ball joint at the wrist, double jointed knees, a thigh swivel, a ball joint at the, look at that, it just broke off, a ball joint at the waist, double peg at the knees, and a ball joint at the ankle. That's about it for Articulation. Like I said, if you know the Predators and AVP line in this, you'll feel right at home. And coming in for accessories, we get the backpack like I showed you with on this guy already. Nothing crazy or new about that. Your basic backpack, which is nice. They said these are pretty well made. I like these versions of the backpack they have. They kind of move well. This one isn't too stiff or too loose. It seems to kind of pose in a nice stationary position. These remove very well and slide as well. Then we get his ceremonial dagger, if this wants to focus in. Nice cool addition. I love when the Predators have these. It's just a cool little knick-knack and really makes some of these figures pop, which is a nice little thing. And I guess the most important part, and probably the coolest part of this entire figure, is that AVP warrior head on the combi stick. The combi stick is very basic. Silver tone with some peach copper in the handles. And then we get kind of the entrails of the alien itself dripping out with a nice smooth black finish. It looks very reminiscent. We do get no articulation in the mouth, but very reminiscent of the Grid or Alien Warrior from the AVP line. And it can kind of just plug right into his hands like so. This guy actually doesn't tend to want to hold it. This thing is a little top heavy, so I kind of just put it right here by his knee, and it kind of gives it a pivot point to stand on. But it is very top heavy, and the combi stick is very, very flimsy, so be careful. It feels like it honestly could break at any moment. But that's about it for accessories. This is cool. We saw something similar to this on the Wasp Predator itself. This is a little bigger, a little bit different, but a nice little addition. I think the probably best part about this figure itself. All in all, Youngblood Predator is a very big letdown in my opinion. I was hoping just for something a little bit more. I knew going into this he had a lot of reuses, but they didn't even give us a great new paint. The paint is very, very basic, very dull. They just slapped some aluminum or silver on this thing. They didn't really tend to give it any washes or dry brushing. This is the probably most let down I've ever been with a NECA figure. It's pretty up there with the Royal Facehugger and Queen Facehugger. This just looks like a lousy attempt to kind of fill the void for the end of Series 17, and wasn't very impressed with it whatsoever. From, like I said, reuses, to lousy paint, to just nothing special about this at all, with the exception of the warrior head on here. But it's still a well-made figure for the most part, of this damn thing breaking off during the review, and his blades falling out, which are loose, but you can't knock that for him. A lot of those blades do it. It's still a great little pickup if you don't have any of the really AVP line. I'm sure you can wait a little while and you'll find this guy on clearance and get him for pretty cheap in no time. So all in all, this Youngblood Predator gets a D-. So if you like what you guys saw, hit that like button, subscribe, comment. I love talking to you guys. And remember, keep on collecting.
You one ugly motherfucker.